All right, it's summer here in College Park. We're taking some time to get to know our Maryland women's basketball team. Now joined by McLean. Here, happy summer. Good to see you.
Thank you.
I know you guys haven't gotten too far into practice just yet, but what have the vibes been like in College Park with the new players coming in?
I haven't been around.
Yeah?
To be honest, yeah, I have not been around. I've been enjoying my summer. I pop in like early morning to get a workout in, but that's about it so far.
What have you been up to then this summer so far?
Just working out, like Kelsey has us doing like our little workouts for lift and stuff, and then going in on the shooting gun, like the machine, and then doing like my everyday workout.
So, we'll talk about some basketball stuff at some point, but like off the court, you have some fascinating degrees. Like what you did at UVA and then what you're doing here. Oh, you're like fluent in Arabic too, is that right?
Yeah.
How did that even, I guess, what were your degrees? And then how did that even become an interest of yours?
So at UVA, I got my undergrad in Middle Eastern language and literature with a focus in Arabic and then a minor in religion. And then I finished that too fast and I had something else to do. So I did a certificate in public policy. And now I'm doing my master's degree in international relations.
I don't know how you can finish a degree like that too early. That's insanely impressive.
Yeah.
What kind of got you interested in those fields?
So at my high school, Roland Park Country School, we had to do like what was it called? Like a requirement for a language. And I'd already taken Spanish, French, Latin, like all throughout middle school and like just in the beginning of high school.
Yeah.
And wanted more of a challenge. So I was gonna do Mandarin and Arabic, but like I heard both were really, really hard. So I was like, okay, let me pace myself.
Right.
And I started with Arabic just because of the way like the words are written, and I really liked drawing at the time. So I thought that would be a good idea to start. And I really like my teacher and I really like my classmates, and it kind of made it a good environment to learn. So I continued it throughout college.
Yeah, I guess like certain teachers and people can get you really passionate about topics. What was it about that teacher that kind of like made you so excited about that?
I think he was just a good teacher, and it was no pressure to know the words right away. There was no pressure to kind of understand. It was just the environment of learning, and I think that really sat with me.
And so you come from a very athletic family, and both your parents played college sports. I guess what and where did they compete?
So my mom played at Northeastern,
Okay.
and then she transferred to Coppin State, and she played basketball. And then my dad played football and basketball at Morgan.
Dang. Okay. So I asked Ava a similar thing about her family. Who's winning the one-on-ones when you guys are playing?
Like between my mom and dad, or out of our whole family?
The whole family.
It was probably me.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm probably the most in shape out of everyone.
And that is fair.
Yeah.
That is fair. And they both wore the number 10 in college, is that right?
Yeah.
And their anniversary is October 10th?
Yeah.
Was that on purpose?
That's a good question.
Oh, okay.
It should be on purpose. I want to say it was, but
I feel it kind of has to be.
yeah, right?
So, and now you are the number 10.
Yeah.
I mean, was that always just kind of like, that's going to be my number?
I don't think so. I think at first I picked 22 just because it was like an even number, and I found out my mom's first number was 22.
Oh, there
So
you go.
yeah, then I cut it in half when I went to UConn, got 11.
Right.
And then I kind of was like, let me get back to my roots. Let me go with what I know. So I chose 10.
So you are a very avid reader, and we just talked to Ava McKinney, and you guys have a 2-person book club currently. You said you're searching for more
We're
members.
searching for more people. Yeah.
How is the search going? Who have you brought it up to, and is anybody close to buying in, do we think?
We're super strict because we go through books super fast.
Yeah, you got to keep up.
Yeah, but we tried to invite Monty,
Yeah.
Brianna, and she can't hang. She started with a history book. And
Like a textbook or
like,
like historical fiction
like
or
a Civil War book. And we were like, Monty, like
we know how it ends.
Yeah, like, and she was just like, no, this is what I'm interested in. So we were like, okay, no judgment.
Sure. Yeah.
We started the book before we left for, I forget what game it was, but it was a plane ride. It was a really long plane ride. She was on page 11. By the time we finished, I think it was like the Oregon sweep with like the other game,
Yeah.
and she was still on page 11. And we were like, Monty, you're out.
Oh,
like,
no.
And then we tried to give her another chance for the next game. She was still on page 11. I think to this day she's on page 11. And so we were like, yeah, no.
We'll talk to her later today. I'll check
Yeah.
and see if she's made it to 12 yet. So it was saying that you guys have very different tastes in books and things like that. How would you describe each of your literary interests?
So it was really into like romance, dark romance, anything like that, where there's a couple trying to like get together or not get together, whatever the trope is. Mine's mystery thriller, anything that like makes me think, or suspense, things like that.
And so you read prolifically, I think it's fair to say. How many books have you read so far this year?
So this year I read 17. I'm on my 17th one, and that was my goal for the year.
Right.
So I need a new goal.
So it is, at the time of recording, it is June.
Yeah.
So you're on pace for significantly more. How do you just go through books so quickly?
That's a good question. I think I just really found my genre and something that interests me. I think whenever I have free time, I just open my book and read. I made a little spot in my apartment, so that makes it even more fun, even easier to sit down and just enjoy a book.
So for the folks at home that might be trying to create a reading environment themselves, what is yours like, and what tips would you have for people to create that safe space for reading?
Number one, comfy chair. Get a comfy chair. Mine's a beanbag, personally.
Oh, yeah. Sick.
Yeah. Like, it's like a 6 foot, like, big beanbag can hold my whole
Dang.
body. Yeah. Beanbag or chair. Second, a bookshelf. My bookshelf is like 5 feet tall, and there's like lights underneath the shelves, so like you can see each book. I have an ottoman in there, but like you don't need that. And like a comfy blanket. Yeah.
And so we were talking before, like you also you got snacks when you're reading.
Yeah.
Like I had never put that together, is to basically recreate the movie watching experience, but with the book. I mean, is that like intentional, or is just kind of like, this is how I read?
I think it's natural. Like, I mean, I feel like it's easy to kind of want something to eat, like when you watch something, because I'm always like that. Like, I'm the type of person, if I'm watching something, I have to eat. But with reading, sometimes, I don't know, sometimes I just want a snack or something else to do. I know people who listen to audiobooks, and they like to do things with their hands. Like my friend's mom, she likes to listen to audiobooks and like knit or crochet. So like it's something else to get your mind kind of thinking about what you're listening to.
Multitasking in a lot of ways. So you read a lot. Are you also watching anything? Shows, movies, things like that?
Yeah, so the media has gotten me to watch Love Island. That's the only thing I have really watched, but I don't like the feeling of binge watching, like just sitting in my bed and like rotting. Yeah. So I don't really watch too much.
No, that's fair, but you're specific when it is something. So, okay, so when you're not reading or playing basketball, what are you getting up to? That can be it too.
Yeah. Most of the time that's it. I mean, I really like kayaking.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. That's
Where do you do that?
Fun. I do it at Deep Creek.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
I was just there like 2 weekends
ago. Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's a new spot that I found in North Carolina.
Oh.
By ECU that I really like, so yeah.
Dang. So are you like solo kayaker, or like you like the tandem one?
Yeah. I like the solo kayak. Yeah. But if I have a friend... No, I like the solo kayak.
That is fair. You just want to do your own thing. Yeah. Nobody holding you back. Yeah. I was kayaking with a friend who was 2, and he was like, "Okay, you all do all the work." I'm like, "Dude, that's not the point of this. This is making it a lot harder." So, I think that's pretty cool that you have outdoor interest, indoor interest, basketball interest, things like that. I never
thought about it like that.
Yeah, pretty well balanced across it. So, I guess we should probably talk about basketball at some point. So what was kind of last season like for you and the team overall, kind of looking back?
I'm really proud of us last season. We went really far. I think we were trying to go further, but I think that we kind of started the ball rolling at the right time. So I think it should be an interesting progress into the next season.
What have you been in your game working on this offseason?
So just kind of keeping the ball in my hands, like loving the ball and how it feels in my hands, dribbling around a lot of ball movement and kind of shooting off the dribble.
And so it's very early in the summer, so the whole team hasn't like quite been fully together yet, but there's some new faces coming in. And how are you excited to kind of work them into the group?
Yeah, I'm excited. I mean, in a way, we're all still learning the program. We were all really new last year, so I think it'll be interesting to see like the fresher people coming in and having us kind of teach them the way to go.
And maybe some potential members of the book club potentially.
Hopefully, fingers crossed. Yeah,
it has to be one of the recruiting criteria for Coach B from here on out. Needs to be in the book club. So you actually, and this is not basketball related, but I just remembered it, in a Q&A on Maryland's website last year, you were asked if you could have dinner with 3 people, living or dead. Do you remember the 3 people that you said? I have it, but I want to see if you remember.
Was one James Baldwin?
Yes.
Okay.
The other was Toni Morrison.
Yes, that was my second guess.
Do you remember the third one?
Ooh. I don't think I do.
Garfield the cat.
Nice. Nice. Okay.
So that is quite the trio.
Yeah.
What does that dinner conversation look like?
Between all three of us or individually?
No, all three together. Like, what do those people talk about?
Yeah.
You made the Garfield. I can understand what the other two might talk about.
Yeah. I think the Garfield the cat one was because that's what I watch when I eat my food. So like it's just an easy pull.
That's fair.
And he's funny. So like he's what I want to be, like just sleep and eat. Like it's easy. So
That's fair.
Yeah. I think that one was.
I laughed so hard reading that because I was like, wow, James Baldwin took me. Okay. I was like, typo?
Yeah.
Placeholder guy?
Yeah.
But that makes a lot of sense,
Yeah.
actually. So it's got to be three people that you like, regardless of if they vibe together or not.
Yeah.
So I think that I'll get along, probably.
Yeah.
So I've one thing we kind of talked about is like, if you've seen like the Letterboxd, like 4 favorite films kind of thing, like interviews on TikTok or something like that, what would your 4 favorite books be, I guess, if you had to pick?
A good question. Okay. The book that started it all for me was The Silent Patient by, I don't know his last name, Alex Michaelides, Alex like that.
Yeah, you can Google one.
Yeah, but The Silent Patient is really good. I just read A Flicker in the Dark, and that's probably like my favorite book.
Wow.
It's by Stacey Willingham.
Okay.
Yeah, I love that book. What else? I'd say I Found You by Lisa Joel. Really good book. That's like my second favorite. The fourth one is probably up in the air still, as I'm still trying to discover something else.
It's always good to have space to add fourth in. You don't want to prematurely commit to 4.
Yeah.
So I guess like we'll do some kind of rapid fire quick ones. We've talked about some fun stuff already, but if you were to have a walk-up song like that, how they have in baseball, what would you choose as your walk-up song?
I don't know. I think I'm the type of person, like if I like something, I stick to it until I'm tired of it.
Yeah.
So right now I've been listening to a lot, like too much of Boss Man D-Lo for no reason. So any one of his songs.
Okay,
really. Yeah.
fair enough. Ava said Anxiety by Doja, and she was like, maybe not the right message to give.
She
but
listened to that song all
I was
the
going to
time.
ask, because that kind of felt like that might be something that comes up.
She loves that song, or like the
Yeah.
she likes that song a lot too. Yeah.
That is fair. I guess, what are you putting on in the locker room for everybody then, if you were kind of on aux?
Everybody likes Boss Man D-Lo. I think that it brings across
Appeals
the
to
same
the masses.
vibe. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. Favorite home cooked meal?
Ooh. I like baked chicken and noodles.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Interesting. Prepared in a certain way, or just kind of however it's prepared at home?
Yeah, my mom makes it.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. There's just something about how mom makes certain things.
Yeah.
It's like, it doesn't have to be complicated, but it's good. I guess, what's your family like? Just kind of we talked about them a little bit, and maybe not just in the kitchen, I suppose, but like just overall, how have they been kind of an influence on you?
They're super competitive.
Yeah.
Like
with everything.
With everything. I think it's hard because I can always count on them to like argue about a sport or like who's better in the sport.
Yeah.
Just in general, like we're not even talking about each other. Like Marshawn Lynch is the best. No, Ray Lewis is it's just a whole conversation every single time like a sport is brought up. So
that would be an interesting podcast. It's just your family debating, like PTI or something like that.
Yeah.
I think that'd be pretty
There's
cool.
nothing like it.
Dang, that's awesome. Well, Mir, thanks for your time.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate it. Good luck this season,
Thank
and
you.
we'll see you soon.
Thank you.